going live. You're live. An unscheduled live stream talking about the beautiful game of Aussie Rules, AFL. I haven't actually posted it on social media, so I'm hoping people are up and they get this alert from YouTube that I'm live. But, just checking. But all that being said, well, we've got 4 joining. Thanks very much for joining. An unscheduled live stream. Everybody knows I usually do one on a Sunday anyway. All right, Eddie, mate. Hello, pal. But obviously with the season being over, I haven't really got a lot to talk about. So we're just going to have general. Anthony McKenna, thanks very much for joining, mate. Saber Havoc, cool name. Hello, mate. Obviously, we've not had any games being played, so it's just general chit-chat. Anything you want to talk about in terms of Australia? I've been doing quite a bit of Australia content, not just AFL, not just Aussie Rules. There's quite a bit going on. I have actually got a request a while ago, and I've seen somebody that's done it and already done. Ed Langdon broke my heart. Yeah. Well, already missing the footy. Quite a few people. I'm missing the footy too. I've got to be honest with you. AFL Europe's playing right now. There's a competition going on in London, but they don't play 4 quarters, they play 2 halves. So you have all the countries in Europe playing each other. I think the women, the Irish Banshees, went out and absolutely destroyed everyone, won every single game. I think they won like 120 odd 0. So there's no competition for the Irish ladies whatsoever. I don't think it was quite as easy for the Irish men. I'm not too sure how they finished. Hello, everyone that's joining. So I've been watching them on Facebook, so I'm getting a little bit of an AFL fix, albeit nowhere near the standard of what we're used to seeing on a weekly basis in the AFL. Eddie, cricket season now. Actually, I was watching the rugby union. I was watching Scotland playing Japan, and Japan beat Scotland, so they've done quite well. Japan, they've won every single game in that group. They go through group winners, and Ireland second. Scotland are out of there. Hi, I live in Perth. That's Amy. Thanks very much for joining, Amy. I don't recognise your name, so you must be new to the live stream anyway. I'm not too sure if you've commented on any of the videos. I'm usually pretty good at remembering who's got involved in commenting on videos, etc. So if you're new, thanks very much for joining. I hope you enjoy our content if you haven't seen it before. I'm new. Thanks very much. Sammy, everybody, it's Zoe there. Hi, I'm from Sydney. Jeffrey from Indonesia, thanks very much for joining. Harvester of Tone, mate, a regular. Thanks very much for joining, mate. Good day to you back, or good evening. It's probably coming up till about midnight. I know your clocks have went. Let me get this right. Backwards, is that right? No, forwards. You went forwards, I think. So you're an hour ahead again of us. But our clocks go back, so you'll actually be 2 hours. So it's going to be about a 10 or 11, depending on where you are. Gap between you and us here. Oh, thanks very much, Amy, for your nice comment. Zoe's saying it's 1:30 a.m. right now. Also, all you are doing a bit of a night shift watching this here. 1:37 in Melbourne. Your clocks went forward, so it would have usually been 12:37. That's right. So you've just went forward one. 10:37 for you, Amy. Perth, that is, isn't it? I told you about Essendon, Sammy G FC. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the video then, Sammy. You're saying about Essendon. Hi, mate. How's it going? Corey, NFL fan. In Brisbane. Saber Havoc is in Brisbane. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I've only just started the stream. I'm only 4 minutes in, so you're very welcome to anyone who's never actually been on one of our AFL live streams before. It's not just AFL, though. I'm actually going to cover Australia. I have been doing a little bit of Isaac Butterfield. He is actually in Belfast tonight. Only I found out today because I was looking. I thought he was in Scotland. He's touring in Europe right now. He's been in Scotland performing, but he's actually in Belfast tonight. But I'm not going to be able to make it. I never actually checked if he's performing any other dates, maybe in Dublin or something like that. So could maybe catch that. I doubt it though. Peter George 108. I think Peter, mate. Peter's one of our patrons, a huge patron of ours. Thanks very much for joining, Pete, mate. Good to see you. Did Conor McKenna send you the gifts? Yes, Conor McKenna sent me 3 gifts. Well, he actually gave it to a friend of mine for me because it's a friend of a friend. And he actually had a carrier bag full of Essendon gear. So I got the home Guernsey, the away Guernsey, and a long sleeve training t-shirt type thing. And I had that smoky print. And one of my friends has got a long sleeve training one in red with like the smoky black sash going down it. It is one cool top. I told him, no, don't give it to me. You keep it, because he got me some stuff. But apparently he's looking to get me some more stuff. Conor McKenna is looking to give some more stuff. So I'm quite blown away by that. Really, really generous guy and a quality player. Obviously, he's only really new to the sport. 2014, he went out to Australia. I was looking at it. He's not been playing the game Aussie rules for an awful long time. But to be as good as what he is in the AFL for a foreign player, he's absolutely lightning quick. He's got a change of direction that will help him leave players on his tracks with the speed, that explosive speed, and the bit of magic that he's got, the trickery that he's got. He could be a right handful in a year or two. There was an Irish player in that past, Jimmy Steins, he was a Brownlow medalist. So I think he's possibly the only ever Irishman to get the Brownlow medal. But obviously the quality that we've got right now in the AFL, I don't know if the Brownlow would be too far away from Conor's. I'm just getting back. Guess what? I'm Australian. There's a lot of Australians joining. Have you ever been to Oz? I'll just get back up there. Love your channel, James. Thanks very much. There was one about reacting to Isaac Butterfield, 10 reasons not to visit Australia. Well, I never heard of Isaac Butterfield, and I started to do Aussie rules. And I got quite a few requests for this Isaac Butterfield fella, the Butsman. And I've done now, I think, maybe 3 or 4 reactions. I absolutely love him. But it's such a strange concept, reacting to a reaction. So it's quite difficult to actually do it. But I'm just kind of like, watch the video and put a little bit of input in without taking too much away from him. At the end of the day, he's the comedian. Quite funny content he puts out there. So it's quite good watching it. And the fact that people are enjoying watching me react is good as well. But he is actually, as I say, he's actually over this neck of the woods right now. He's touring in Belfast, which is about 45 minutes away from me. Because of the children, I'm not going to be able to get there tonight. But I'd love to have been able to see that. It's a shame. It's not very often you're going to get a guy that you watch on these sort of platforms here and he's touring on your doorstep and he's from the other side of the world. So it's a bit of a shame, really. St Kilda have an Irish player. I met him at open training. He was so sweet and his voice sounded so beautiful. I love the Irish accent. I'm not too sure. Who's a St Kilda player? Conor McKenna is actually from about 10 miles or so away from me in a wee village just in County Tyrone. I'm in County Armagh, Northern Ireland, so he's not too far away. His family home. He's actually back home just now with his family, and he's doing a lot of stuff with his friends and family, as you would if you came home from the break, for a break, sorry. And as I say, he's a friend of mine, so they've went golfing and stuff together, I believe, and he got me those Guernseys. But what I will say is he has actually promised more, and I'm looking to get him sorted out with a channel gift for him, personalised to him with his initials. So that should be done shortly, and I'll hopefully get that to him as well. Maybe he'll take a photo on Instagram. I doubt it, but hopefully that would be nice to see him wearing our channel stuff and get a photograph on his Instagram. Dara Joyce. Can't really think of him. The problem I have, unless it's players that stand out for me in a game, it's really difficult to remember all their names. I've only really been following the sport now for about 5-6 months, so there's a lot to take in, a lot of players from past and present. So that's a player I'm going to actually have a look out for. There's 5 Irish players, I think, right now from in the draft pick. One of them has actually went to Essendon. He is actually from right next to me as well, probably about another 10 minutes in the opposite direction away. He's called Ross McQuillan. I think he's 18 years old. I don't think that he'll be getting into the first team for a couple of years anyway, just till they get him kind of trained up in terms of Aussie rules. Obviously, it's a different sport. It's kind of similar. There's similarities there, but he'll have to learn. Obviously, the size of the field of play as well, different positions. It's a lot more to take in than just running in straight lines like they would maybe be doing in the Gaelic. You're getting tackled from all around you. You've maybe not got the same tackling ferociousness in the Gaelic as what he was used to, as you do in the Aussie rules. They absolutely hammer at you in Aussie rules. That's why I think he does well, because he's actually not afraid to run at a player, which would be something that you would see over here in their sport. They would run at a player and take a player on because they're not hitting you hard, they're not tackling you hard in the game here. But obviously in Australia, you're getting absolutely smashed. You don't get much time to think about what you're doing before a man's on you and tackling you and taking you down. And that's what I like about him. He's brought that element of taking a man on, running at a player, beating him for pace, and obviously the bit of trickery mixed with a couple of don't argues, maybe selling a bit of candy, and he's away. You know what I mean? He's fast. Connor Nash and Connor Glass. I'm not too sure. 2018 time. I was born in Manchester, but I live in Adelaide, up the Crows. I get a Crows fan there. Claire, how are you doing? I think I seen something about the international rules, Claire. It was going to be in 2 years' time. Don't quote me on that, but I think I seen that. I think both governing bodies, the AFL and the GA, have actually got speaking about that this year. I think a month ago or two, actually. It could possibly be scheduled for 2 years from now. It is quite a shame, really, that it doesn't happen annually. But given the way the Aussies were coming over and absolutely smashing the Irish lads, I think it's something they've had to address a little bit more than just putting the two teams up against each other all the time. There's a lot more to keeping players protected because they don't play their game the same way as you do, as physically anyway. Freo supporters and quite a few Dockers fans actually. Yeah. A lot of Dockers fans. There's about 4 or 5 Dockers fans there. So Tim Kelly being a huge talking point, a player I really, really like. He could have in his own right got the Brownlow medal this year. He's playing for Geelong, of course. There's been a lot of different things had to happen to make this deal actually happen. But finally, for the Eagles, they'll be delighted. They've got this deal over the line. He's got home. His wife's got back to Western Australia. So everybody's happy. I think he will be absolutely sensational for the Eagles. I really, really do. Top player. The Eagles already have a list as long as your arm of quality that they have from front to back in their squad. And this one signing is as good as 5 or 6 draft picks. I mean, draft picks, you've got to work very, very hard with them. You've got to nurture them the right way. And it's not always going to work out. But, in Tim Kelly, what you've got is a finished article, if you like. He can only get better, but he's ready to go. That's what I mean. He doesn't need nurtured in any way. He's just ready to go. And as I've said in quite a few live streams, if you think about Nick Nat, if you can get Nick Nat fit for this first game of the season next year, the Eagles, do you know what? You'll be going for the flag again, in my opinion, with these. This team, it's a sensational team. Have I heard of Jack Steele for St Kilda? I seen a St. What about Bruce? Somebody said about St Kilda. I say Bruce. The Bulldogs are looking Bruce, or Bruce is looking to go to the Bulldogs. I'm not too sure, but I think the sort of player in Bruce, he's physical. He likes to scrap. He likes to fight for the ball. He can score goals as well. He's good in the air. He can take marks well. But he's an ultimate team player. And I think if you look at the way the Dockers play, he literally ticks every box. He's so unselfish in the way he plays. And I think that's testament to the way the Bulldogs play. They might not be awash with loads and loads of stars, but what they have is one solid, united team. And a couple of additions to them. They could push on next year. And I really hope they do, because it's a team I thoroughly enjoy watching. They're physical. They're dogged, pardon the pun. But they are dogged. They work their socks off. They fight for each other. They're not easy to beat. St Kilda actually give them probably the best going over of the year. And I'd never seen that one coming. It blew my mind that St Kilda did that, because St Kilda hadn't been actually playing well. And the Bulldogs had been playing well. So it did go against what everybody had thought was going to happen. I predicted a Bulldogs winning that one, and St Kilda blew them away. Bruce is one of those guys that I think would fit lovely into the Bulldogs. But if I was St Kilda, I'd be pretty disappointed to lose him, to tell you the truth. And there is a couple of good players of St Kilda, but he was one of my favourites to watch. And when I heard he was interested in the Bulldogs, that did not surprise me at all. He obviously knows what type of player he is and what style they want to play. Luke Beveridge is playing there. They never say die. They just keep going and going and going and going. And as I say, even when they lose, they're good to watch. They're good value for money. Watch out for North next season. Amy Walter, Dawn, question mark. Forgotten YouTuber, it's just skipped away, most underrated team. Port Adelaide. I agree with you, mate. I mean, if Port Adelaide, I think they need a new head coach. Get the new head coach in, fresh ideas, somebody that's not afraid to try new things, change it up, because what you've got at Port is they've actually got a strong core. They've got a spine there already. They've got fantastic youths. Probably them and Carlton, you look at the youths coming through, are possibly the two most exciting teams with what's coming through them right now in the AFL. Keeping all those guys together, a couple of additions, maybe a couple of senior players. I've seen that Fantasia is actually not going to Port now, so I don't really know how he would fit in there anyway. Fantasia's good, but he's not that next level good, in my opinion. I have nothing against the guy. I just think when you're looking at Port need one or two really quality players to mix in, like senior figures, to add to the quality youth they've got. And they've already got some good senior players as well there that I really enjoy watching. Port could be a team to watch out for. I certainly thought, and what is it you call it in Australia? You call it a smoky. There were people smoky last in the season, their 2019 year. And I could see why. But they dropped off. They really dropped off, and that's down to their head coach. I believe that he's not good enough for the job. I never forgave him for his words against the Lisbon Lions. We're going to put all of our attentions on Lachie Neale and focus all our efforts on Lachie Neale to stop him playing. But how many good players were at the Lions? They focused all their effort on nullifying Lachie Neale, and it allowed the other quality players at the Lions to just absolutely destroy them. Eight goals in the first quarter, or something ridiculous like that. His tactics had lost the plot, and the fact that he told everybody what he was going to do, never realised that it wasn't working until it was too late, and he failed to change it. So certainly not for me the man to take Port forward. I wish him well, but I certainly don't think he is good enough for Port Adelaide. I think if you're a Port fan, you'd agree with me. I'm actually drinking out a Port Adelaide mug. This was a gift from one of the friends of the channel. I've not actually seen him popping up. Dylan, he's called. We've got Peter George as well. He's a patron of mine, and he'd be a big Port man. I don't know if you're still there, Pete, mate, but I'm sure Power. You've got Power. Nathan Sadler. I don't know if he's a Power man, but I don't know if you agree with me, guys, on your head coach situation. But I certainly feel that there's a very good team in there, and with the right guidance, could certainly push on, kick on, press the top 5 or 6 teams without a doubt. The Cats losing their groove. I certainly think they are, yeah. Their players are certainly coming to the senior, more twilight years of their career. You've Selwood, Gary Ablett Jr., who else was I going to say? My head's went blank. Tim Kelly's now away as well, so it's difficult. And then Scott, he's another one. I think if I was a Geelong supporter, I would want a head coach change there as well. I think he's always pissing and whinging in the media. It's almost like the blame game. When things go wrong at Geelong on the footy field, it's somebody else's fault. It's classic deflect mode with Scott in charge. I think he needs to step up and realise that he's got a good team there. He had a very, very good team there. They finished top in the ladder, just in the end. But why do you keep saying Don all the time? You're getting me. Bum, 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 Don. Oh, there you go. I'll get you a free Mugger jersey. Thanks very much, Corey, mate. I was wondering why you kept writing Don. It just caught my eye there. Thanks very much, mate. Hinkley has to go. There you go. There's another. There's a supporter of the club as well. I want to see Liam Ryan doing the Ashley stamp. Kate Blackmore, Scott Brothers, an endless source of amusement. I couldn't agree with you more. I always think when I watch, it was at North, wasn't it? The other brother. They're obviously they've been really good in the sport over the years. You can't take that away from them. They're no mugs, but at the same time, I always think if something's going wrong at the club, don't blame others. Take responsibility. You're the man at the helm. You're the man in charge. You can't blame any other people for what's going on. And it's like something's going wrong inside your house. You can't blame somebody else out in the street. It's your fault. It's all your own doing. And I feel that's what was happening at Geelong, probably at North as well. I didn't really see too much of him before he got the road and Rhys Shaw came in. I thought Shaw did well initially when he first came in there at North. But that was possibly a honeymoon period, and then it kind of fizzled out. And Ben Brown did hit 10. They did get that. Ben 10, he scored 10 goals in a game towards the last couple of weeks. So that was a good feel-good thing there for the North supporters. But lots and lots to look forward to next year, no matter what team you support. It's a fresh slate. I do believe the 2 or 3 strong teams of last year will certainly be strong teams, or of 2019 will be certainly strong teams of 2020. But there's no reason if you're like Carlton can't climb. Carlton have to believe in themselves. They've got a great crop of youngsters there. They've got some good experience now there. There's a few players possibly going to them as well, experienced players. I'm quite excited to see what happens in terms of trading at Carlton, because there's some really good players. Will they get Eddie Betts back? He's a legend in the game. Don't know if he's still got the legs for a week in, week out player, but certainly there's no denying how quality he's been in his career. There's certainly a few players linked with him that I'm quite excited about. I'm not too sure, Corey, mate, when it comes to Freo, what's happening with Hill, Brad Hill. He's still wanting away from the Dockers. He's a player I really, really like. The forgotten YouTuber. This is a question that I've been asked probably about 50 times a week. Don, please tell us what is your favourite team. I know there's a few you like, but who do you like most? He's actually spot on. I'm not too sure what your name is, mate, but your handle's the forgotten YouTuber. I do like several teams. I like watching every team. I just enjoy a good game of footy, an honest game of footy. I don't care who wins, but if I've got to be honest about who my soft spot for is for any team, is the Bulldogs, and it's because they fight. It's that team spirit they've got. They do have quality. There's McRae, there's Bontempelli, there's Naughton coming through. English is a good wee player coming through. There's another few good players there that I can mention. But as a team, I really, really enjoy watching them. I think they're as I say, they're a fighting team, and I like that. A good spirited team. So that would probably be the team that I would prefer the most. And if I was a gun put to my head, that would be my team. But I do enjoy watching every team. Somebody's put Freo. No, you guys put Freo. I actually don't mind Freo. When I first started watching as I say, I like watching every team. But when I first started watching the sport, Freo were doing really, really well. They had great after siren wins, about 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Then they did it to Collingwood, being probably the main one. and it was down to Sonny Walters. Really stepped up. He was scoring. I think he was at one point he was the best player in the AFL for scoring like after siren goals or last quarter goals to win the game. So certainly a player that's really, really good. They'll be looking to try and keep a hold of him and as long as possible. Okay, Don, the 2016 grand final was one of the most enjoyable to watch. I think if you were a neutral, the Bulldogs seem to be one of those teams that everybody kind of doesn't really dislike, which I'm finding and I'm learning quite a bit. There's nobody really said anything bad about the Bulldogs, which is quite strange. But anyway, I think the fact that you say it was an enjoyable one is because nobody expected it. They literally won it out of nowhere, the Bulldogs. So absolutely fantastic to see that happening. There's quite a bit of banter going on between folk here. Quite a lot of new names as well. It's quite nice to see a lot of new names joining the live streams. I've never actually had quite a few of you before. So thanks very much to everyone. If I haven't thanked you yet, thanks to everyone that's joining the live stream. I've got a lot of regulars. There's 2 or 3, maybe 4 regulars here just now, but the majority is made up of new people. So that's quite exciting to see. There's going to be loads and loads of AFL videos coming up. There's going to be loads of AFL videos coming up steadily every week up until obviously the 2020 season starts up again. But I'm going to be doing other stuff as well. I've got how the Australian dollar changed the world. I've never seen this video. It's been requested a few times, and I thought it popped up on my screen. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give that a reaction now because I'm interested to see how did the Australian dollar change the world. It's quite a... There's Lee, how you going? I was just saying regulars there. Lee and Claire are obviously regulars and have been supporting the channel for a while now. So it's great to see you back in again. I know, mate, the forgotten YouTuber saying he can't make a lot of them because of the time. Night Dawn, Night Kate, worst team in history. Magpies, that's Bailey. So, is any Magpies fans care to respond to Bailey's comment? Thanks, Hits Gordon. Thanks very much for that comment, mate. Really appreciate it. Stroker ever thought about coming to Australia? Yes. We are planning on coming to Australia by 2021, hopefully. The summer here, which will be your winter, sort of June, July time in Australia is your winter, but our summer here, so that's the school summer holidays. I'm planning on hopefully getting the family over, all of us coming and doing an AFL vlogging trip, but also going around cities in Australia as well and doing vlogs around the cities as well and putting it up on the channel. So hopefully you'll enjoy that content as well, seeing us enjoying our holiday there. But obviously we're having to save up for it. It's not going to come cheap. Amy Don, you're one of my favourite YouTubers. Thanks very much, Amy. Really, really appreciate your lovely comment there. I enjoy what I do. I think you can tell that there. I really enjoy doing it. I also really enjoy live streams. I enjoy talking to people about the sport, about Australia, whatever your interests are. I do enjoy it. Do enjoy seeing different banter as well. Different supporters slagging each other off. It's good fun. I'm used to growing up with that anyway, over here, slagging each other off, but all in good fun anyway. All right, Chris, mate, how's it going? Great to finally catch a live chat. Cheers, Don. Already keen for next season. Enjoy all the vids. Thanks very much, mate. I seen your comment. I don't know if I commented back to you, but I did see your comment. I think this last week or so has absolutely exploded on the channel. I think what's happened is the AFL season is over and everybody's now going on and watching YouTube videos, and my reactions are possibly popping up on the screen. I do not know, but it's literally exploded. I'm getting so many views on older videos that I've done ages ago. It seems like so long ago I've done them, but I'm getting a lot more people discovering them. So a lot more new people actually talking to me, which is fantastic to see. And I'm getting to meet you now in the live chat. AFL withdrawals, 100%. Amy, I never stay this long, and I like to engage with people. I don't know what other people's live streams are like, but I like to engage with people. A lot of people have something that they talk about, and they talk about it, but they're not actually really looking at the comments as such, or taking questions or whatever. I like to do that. I really do. Whoa, there must be about 1,000 dons there. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I know my name. I know my name. Jacob, hey Don, just started watching your videos and I really love to see what people think about our beautiful game. Yes, mate, I can understand that. I mean, I would be personally interested if there was something that was dear to us here and I seen somebody from a different country reacting to it or watching it or maybe even visiting the place and giving their opinion on it. I think it always kind of captures you a little bit just to see what people think. But obviously the AFL being pretty much not exclusive to Australia, but it's his birthplace. It's mostly played in Australia. It's loved mostly in Australia, of course. But to see a foreign person probably reacting to it, I can understand that 100%. And I absolutely love the sport. I'm not going anywhere. I think we've had that. I've been told that in the past with YouTubers maybe reacting to sort of big videos such as greatest hits or 50 greatest marks, 50 greatest goals. They kind of do those top title videos and don't go back again. Whereas with me now, I think I'm absolutely hooked. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere forever, ever again. I think I'm just going to stick with AFL. I possibly on my other sports channel doing different sports as such. I've been asked to do the Bathurst 1000 on today. Ford won. Congratulations to them. Is AFL commonly known in Ireland? Is another. I just noticed that question, so I'm going to get back to that. So I was going to finish this off. I've been asked to do. I can't remember the name of it. Motor cars. Anyway, they've got the bikes. I'll possibly look into doing them on the dawn of World Sports. That makes perfect sense. World Sports channel I've got as well, so check that one out if you don't know about that. I've actually done a few AFL videos on that as well. I'll be keen to actually grow that now in the down season. So do check out the Dawn of World Sports. It's not in the description section below because on the laptop here, it doesn't let me put in the description thing properly here. I'll add it in after the video, all that stuff, and I'll put the links in so you can check them out. AFL is kind of known in Ireland, Northern Ireland, etc. It would be a known sport. It wouldn't be a very watched sport. There would be fanatical people, I would imagine. I don't really know many personally, but I know there's people watching it. I'm sure there's Australians, expats of yours over here that watch it as much as I do, of course. But actually, in terms of Irish people, I couldn't possibly answer. I don't think it's that big, to tell you the truth. I think soccer, rugby are absolutely enormous. Ireland has its GAA as well, which is a similar type of code to Aussie rules, but not as good, nowhere near as good. So yes, I think people know about it, but they don't actually really watch it as such. Amy, I want to be a YouTuber, but I'm having trouble choosing what to do. I want to do either singing reactions or Aussie shit, Don. Amy, just for me, and I can answer this quite with a bit of experience now. I was doing a broad sort of variety of stuff, and yes, you can get views on it. You can get lots of views and stuff, and you can get lots of people watching, but don't go down that road if you're not enjoying it. For me, it has to be something you enjoy doing. I really love the AFL, so it's perfect for me. I love it. I'm really enjoying meeting new friends from Australia. We're getting loads of kind gifts sent, or whether it's Aussie snacks, different AFL merchandise being sent. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, loads of different things coming. So what my advice for you on that would be, if you could stick to more of an individual topic than a wider topic. and you have to enjoy it, and you have to be a little bit passionate about it. And I think that will shine through. People will say that you've got a passion for something, and that's just it. Do something you enjoy doing. Try to not do too much of a variety. I know I'm saying that I'm doing the Donna World Sports, but if you think of it, the Donna World Sports channel is a world sports, so it's just different things. So if I build up like a community in that, people like to see what I've got to say, possibly on different sports as well as sports that they follow me for anyway. But I think if you're going to do just Australia, that would be possibly good, or just music, that would be good. The only thing about music is there's an awful lot of copyright. I've done music videos myself, and you've got to watch, a lot of your content cannot be monetized, which means you can't put adverts on it, which obviously this is fundamentally important to help growing your channel. Every channel needs to be able to put adverts on in order to grow, because you're going to want to be buying yourself better equipment to put better quality videos out there. You're also going to be wanting to maybe buy stuff for around the room to make the lighting better or whatever. So it's all going to cost stuff. So as your channel grows, your equipment and everything grows with you, and your experience grows with you. So certainly with the music thing, if it's something you're doing as well on a music front, if it's something you're doing, playing music would be perfectly fine, but an awful lot of copyright stuff there. So not putting you off music at all, but what I would be saying is it has to be something you're passionate about first and foremost. I don't know who's spamming, Lee. Who is it? I don't really see it all popping through. Right. Name. I need a name for who's spamming so I can see what's going on. I keep seeing the word spamming, so somebody's obviously putting something up. Jordan Pierce, nice question. Do you think we should play a match in the UK instead of China? Personally, I don't want to be... But I can't read the rest of the comment, mate. But certainly I would love to see one in the UK. They've got the sporting arenas to be able to hold it. I mean, look at London. London hosts NFL games now. They come over to play their NFL games live in Wembley Stadium, one of the biggest and best stadiums in the world as well. So certainly it's something that could be great for growing it in a European sense. If you can get it in London and get a sort of appetite for it, then why not? It would be great. I think if you're looking at China, I don't know how big the support base is in China as such. I did see the Shanghai game. It wasn't very packed. Quite a few questions coming through. It wasn't very packed, but I'm not too sure how much they enjoy it there. And yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars play games in London. There's quite a few games being played in London now in the NFL, so I don't see why the AFL can't look into it. And I'm not saying they should, I'm just saying it's certainly an option, isn't it? I think if you want the sport to grow on a global scale, it's certainly something, when you look at London's one of the main sporting cities in the world, just like Melbourne, Melbourne, New York, these sorts of cities, established in a sporting environment, no matter what the sport, they can host it in the morning, and I think that's what's amazing about London as well. Like I always said, if there was any big major tournaments coming, London can host it in the morning because they've got the hotels, they've got the transportation, they've got everything on their doorstep just ready to go. Yeah, I suppose, Kipper, mate, you've quite a good thing. Travel, that's just it though. I think when you're in Australia, you're quite far away from the rest of the Western world, and in that respect, travel will always be. But if you're playing like every week, you get one game a week really in the AFL, so I think you can recover pretty well playing a game around the bye week. So if you know your bye week's coming up, you should pick two teams to play. So when they get to the bye week, they're off the next week anyway, and that'll allow them to recover from any possible jet lag. Maybe certainly something that could easily be worked out, I think. Or yeah, I mean, again, like I know you get big English football teams, soccer teams coming over to Australia. to play games in some of your stadiums. Recently, you've had Manchester United and Leeds United playing at the Optus in Perth. So if you were doing that, I don't know. There's a bit of beef going on between people. Sound issues. Is it gone completely? It's gone now. If I talk now, can you hear me now? It's back. It's coming and going, starting again. It's back. No. Apologies for this, everyone. Noise is back again. This happened the last time I did it. I'm not too sure why it's happening. Hi, Amy. You're saying Dawn. What a party ruiner that is. I know it is. I will do a restream. I'm going to go now. Join the restream if you're interested in staying. I'll do the restream for this. Sorry, folks. It happened before with this, and I'm not too sure why.